People usually ask this question because they're worried about bone health. I sometimes reverse the question and ask, how do gorillas, bulls and horses keep their bones healthy? They're not going up to some nursing female and suckling her teats. On the contrary, they're eating plants. How do the Chinese, Japanese or hunter-gatherers like the San Bushmen and Australian Aborigine have healthy bones? How indeed did our ancient ancestors in the African savannas keep healthy bones? We have been subject to one of the biggest confidence tricks in modern dietary history, that we are all in danger of crumbling bones from lack of calcium, and that, hey presto, dairy products are the answer. The answer, of course, is that we get all the calcium that the body and our bones need from the non-dairy food we eat, just like the Chinese, the Japanese, Australian Aborigine, and of course our Pleistocene ancestors. As Thoreau dryly observed in his classic book Walden, one farmer says to me, "You cannot live on vegetable food alone, for it furnishes nothing to make bones with," walking all the while behind his oxen, which, with vegetable-made bones, jerk him and his plough along. Let me make this clear. You get all the calcium the body needs when you eat the way we say, the way nature intended. Calcium is in everything, in vegetables, salads, fish, fruit, and of course, nuts. And by the way, nuts form the basis of Ugg products. You simply do not need to worry about sources of calcium. And just to lay this to rest, bone health depends on far more than simply calcium intake. In fact, I would go so far as to say that it is the least thing to worry about. I talk about bone health in another video, but in summary, bone health is all about synchronizing the activity of the bone-building cells, the osteoblasts, with the activity of the bone-dismantling cells, the osteoclasts. And the way we live today, and that includes not only faulty diet, but other lifestyle errors like sunshine starvation and physical activity deficiency, the faulty way we live today conspires to destroy old bone without properly replacing it with new bone. The real tragedy is that consumption of dairy products is a factor in many modern diseases, like cancer, heart disease, arthritis, and yes, even osteoporosis. So what is wrong with dairy products? You know, when I was a kid, just after the war, we used to look for the bottle of milk with the most cream on top. Yes, in those days, they didn't mess around homogenizing the milk. We thought that the cream was the best bit. But then, over 50 years ago, researchers were already telling us that the cream is bad fat. It is a factor in heart disease, and that we are better off with skimmed milk. More recently, doctors are now telling us that we should worry about the lactose in milk. It is allergenic, and it is a factor in many ailments, such as migraines, ADHD, arthritis, bloating, irritable bowel, and many more. So now we are supposed to go for milk from which both the fat and the lactose have been stripped. Then are the proteins in milk, the caseins and the lactalbumins. They are highly allergenic too, and they raise cholesterol levels strongly. Are they going to strip those out of milk as well? This is getting ridiculous. And finally, what about the tens of thousands of other molecules in milk? The antibodies, the immunoglobulins, the interleukins, the cytokines, the enzymes, the hormones, and so forth. We have no idea what they're doing to us. Let us not forget, the milk of the species is for the newborn of the species. It is the food that gets the baby through the transition from being a fetus to being a biologically complete creature. In humans, this takes over 2 years. It is a process rather like a chrysalis transforming into a butterfly. And to be provocative, we can say that cow's milk, sheep's milk, goat's milk is designed to build small brains and big horns. So why are we bothering? Of course, we've all been subject to the most sophisticated brainwashing program. It is not surprising that not many people know this, but now you do know, and now you can take control, stop the dairy intake, and earn the thanks of your body.